Hi guys. This week my practicum students are teaching so that they can practice doing that. So you guys are going to be learning from Miss Meena this week. If you want to switch back here. So if you have questions after class anytime, email me and I will forward it to Meena so that she can answer.
Alrighty. Hello, my friends. Good afternoon. Today we are going to venture into the beautiful world of pop culture and pop art. Does anybody know? Hi, New Ellen. Does anybody know what pop art is? Or does anybody have any ideas just to get in a conversation, you know? I'm going through the little thing to see if anybody's raised their hands.
They don't all have capability to do that.
Oh.
It doesn't work on the Chromebooks.
Okay. Well, it's an abbreviation of popular art. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. More modern art that's shared a lot. Exactly. Those are all really good explanations for pop art. Pop art is essentially art that is popular and it is speaking to popular culture. Pop culture, to get into that really quick, is whatever is happening in our society right now in the world that is popular. Do you guys have any ideas of some things that might be popular in our culture, in our society right now? Oh, there we go. My little chat thing keeps disappearing. Music, perfect. Any other ideas, my friends? Very odd things. What are some odd things? I don't disagree. I just like to pick COVID, TikTok, love TikTok, don't love COVID. Abstract art or more modern art? Yes. Yes, these are all wonderful. All right, my friends. So to begin our beautiful slideshow, I have just a short video. I hope it'll play.
Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does.
So that would be an example of a meme in video format. And today is all about memes and memes as pop art. It's like I'm trying to get through. I'm so sorry. Alrighty. I have a few terms that I would like us to just keep our minds onto while we're going through class today. We've already discussed some of them like pop culture and pop art. And we briefly talked about memes. I think most people know what memes are. But in case you're not super familiar with the term, it is like a funny image or video or even a text post, and it is shared throughout the internet. In fact, in our times, in our now modern times, it's even memes are making their way into textbooks now. So it'll be fun to be in 20 years from now looking at our children's textbooks and saying, back in my day, we got our memes on the Twitter. And then other words that we need to focus on that we'll talk about a little bit this week and today is copyright, public domain, context, and subcontext. Does anybody know what copyright is? If something's copyrighted, what does that mean? Your rights to a thing you produced. Absolutely. Copyright essentially protects your projects. It makes sure that you have the rights to that. You own that project. And so if something is public domain, do you guys know what that means? It's like public domain's a little out there. Yes, anyone can use it. Perfect. I don't know if I knew what that was until I was in high school. So I'm very proud of you guys. Public domain means anyone can use it. In fact, recently, the Smithsonian Museum just released 4,600 images that have become public domain, including some of Van Gogh's work and Monet's work. And so now those can be used in advertisements, they can be used in movies, and nobody has to pay loyalties or royalties to the original artist. All right, and then my last question for this slide, friends. Do you guys know what context and subcontext is? The background of something. Yes. To have context is to kind of know what's going on to form something. When you are reading a sentence and there's a word in it that you don't know, you use the context clues by reading the rest of the sentence to try and guess what that word might mean. So context is very important when we talk about memes because most memes are referring to something. And if you don't understand the context or the subcontext, you might not understand the meme. And so moving on, my friends, what are memes? Where do you find them? So memes, since they are a form of pop art, they come in imagery as stills, they come in GIFs, they come in videos, all different forms of art. We can find them online through different applications like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Do you guys know any other applications that you might use to find memes or other art? Maybe it's not memes. Maybe you just look at art online. What do you use? Pinterest. Ooh, Pinterest and Google. Those are good options. I love Pinterest. Pinterest, Google, Instagram. Word of mouth. Really? You know what? That is a good answer because memes do spread word of mouth as well. And I feel like we don't talk about that enough, especially now that we have our like video context for the memes and the pop art. People will really pick up on the phrase that's in the video. Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. And we'll spread our memes that way too. Yes, those are all really good ways to find your memes and find your art online. Do. Sorry, guys, I'm moving us to the next slide. So now, since we've discussed what memes are and we've discussed how they're kind of connected to art, let's talk about the different forms and the formats and genres that memes come in. They come in different genres, just like art does, how we have pop art, surrealism, landscape art. There's different genres for memes as well. And some of those include text post, reaction memes, photoshops. You might have done something similar to that when you guys worked on collages, only it would be digital. And stock images, where you find a stock image available online, and then you can apply that to whatever little funny antidote you'd like to put on there. And then deep fried memes, which is just, it's been super edited over and over and over again. Deep fried memes remind me of almost Andy Warhol because of all the color and the very blockade style of color. Are there any kinds of memes that you find yourself using more often? Do you prefer stills or do you like GIFs or TikToks? Maybe you're a text post kind of guy. You don't use memes outside of texting because they make you cringe. That's a fair, that is a fair feeling for memes. Memes can be a little cringy. It's like, I think they're still really fun. And stills, yep, we love solid images. The reactions are just so good. Alrighty, my friends. Now on to our big slide. This is it. This is the big kahuna. Pop culture and pop art. This is where we're really going to make our connection between memes and our connection between pop art to memes. So we've already discussed what pop culture is. What are some things, more specifics, not just TikTok and COVID? Give me some specific things that you think are popular in your culture, in your groups, between you and your friends. All right. And so when we think about the things that are important to our friendship groups, as an example, our friendship groups, these groups can be way bigger than our friends. They can be our cities, they can be our countries, they can be online groups that we interact with. These things that are popular or important to our groups are going to impact the culture surrounding those groups. And different art comes out of those different groups of culture. I have 3 different example images on this slide of some pop art that is heavily influenced by today's culture. To the left, you see the Everything is Fine dog, and he had been painted in Van Gogh's style. And that's a very popular meme right now. If you use Twitter, you've probably seen it, or maybe Instagram. And then over to the right of the screen, we have Grant Wood's American Gothic with Kermit and Miss Piggy, and they are timeless. This is a good example of having art and history mix in with pop culture, along with our Marilyn Monroe at the bottom, where she is wearing a mask, but she's done in Andy Warhol's pop art style. The entire Endgame movie is a meme format. Yes, exactly. Endgame was something. All right. And so being our pop culture directly impacts the kinds of memes that we see. It's not to say that past culture isn't still affecting them. Just because it's popular now doesn't mean that it wasn't popular before or that it won't be popular again later. And we'll often see things repeat themselves when we look at art and art history and just history in general. You can see a lot of commonalities to things that trend. Fashion is a good example. And as we look through memes, you can see that sometimes our memes go through little cycles where they trend together. You might even see other parodies like the images on this slide in different forms, again, like GIFs or videos. So we're gonna make a weird jump, but I promise it all comes together. So this little jump right here, my friends, is about posting and reposting content. And the reason this comes together is because we find our memes online. We find our art online. We do almost everything online right now. And so I think it's very important that we take just a moment to kind of talk about where we're finding the sources for our pop art and our memes. Are these things that we're coming up with on our own? Or are these things that we are taking and altering to make into something new? I want to jump back to the copyright conversation we had at the beginning really quick and talk about how if you're not careful with what you're posting, so with your memes, with your pop art, when you're done creating it, is this something that you're going to post online, or is this something that you might just want to share with your friends? Does the meaning of your pop art change if you post it online? Does it take away from the initial memery behind your piece? And as we get closer and closer to our project today, my friends, to round out our copyright, we're going to talk about the copyright barrier to a new era of art. In 2019, actually, the United Kingdom banned copyrighted images from being used online. And so this resulted in a bunch of memes being banned. And so it was illegal to use memes, which is very funny to think about, a meme in itself. So people started drawing their own memes. And these are just a different form of pop art as they're taking these popular iconic moments from their culture and their society and turning it into their own art. This genre of memes is called bootleg memes, where you recreate a meme, but you make it your own. The guy in the Blink meme. That's so nice. The guy in the Blink meme raised money for his mother's kidney cancer surgery. That's kind of him with his meme. Memes are saving lives. All right, my friends, I have one more slide before I give you the instructions for today. And today, this slide is actually for you to think about while you are working on your memes, where you're going to make our own memes. When you make your memes, you should think about if memes are public domain or if they still follow the copyright laws, and what is that line of copyright and ownership? How much do you need to alter something? If you are going to post something, do you inherently own it? A little think piece. So up here this was a meme very popular when I was about your guys' age, so about 10 years ago. And it is the Irma Gerd girl meme. That's what they called it. So this was her when she was about 14, 15. This is her now. And then somebody, in 2016, I believe this painting was out, somebody painted a picture of the meme. Does the artist of the painted picture own the picture? Or are there some sort of copyrights that maybe make that fair use? What do you guys think? Does the girl own the picture? Does the person who posted the picture of the girl own the picture? It's a messy question, so it's okay if you don't have a direct answer. We have a well, yes. Well, yes to what? But you don't think it's copyrighted. So you have a valid point with that, because in order for things to be copyrighted, you do have to go get documents for that. But there is also the fact that it is just her face, and she actually never consented to her face being put online. Does that change who owns the meme? Does she still own it? Or does the original poster own it? Depends if she sees her face as copyrighted or the actual image. Very good point. It was the one with all her books. So the image I have of her now actually is an article where she came out and said, I didn't even know I was a meme until it had been around the internet for years. And so she's not upset about it, but she did not consent for her face to become a meme. That's another thing to think about. Be careful what you post online so you don't become a meme yourself, my friends. All right. So now that we've kind of considered and discussed what makes a meme, who owns a meme, and how are memes including all these little aspects of popular culture and society around us, we are going to make our own memes. This will be the last thing we do today. My friend, these memes are due on Friday, and your options, you have 3 options. You can create your own memes. You can create a bootleg meme, which means you would do a recreation of a meme that already exists. And you can make a parody of an art piece. So select a famous piece like the American Gothic, for example, and parody it, where we have our example with Kermit and Miss Piggy. You're not required to use text in these memes, but it is encouraged. Memes do get a little funnier if you've got a funny saying with it. And I just request that you use paper, pens, pencils, and any other coloring utensils to create this. Do we have any questions? I also have an example video down here. Oop, oh no. Yes, it can definitely be yourself as a potato. Have you heard the potato song? That's such a good song. It's very funny. Is there anything you wanted me to do for this video? Would you like me to play it during this, or would you like them to go through and watch the video on their own?
You could try to play it. What did you say, the demo video?
Yeah,
How long is it?
5 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, maybe try to play it through and have them let you know if it's buffering too much. 'Cause
Okay.
sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
If you create your own memes, can you do a character you made up? Oh, yeah. No, if you create your own memes, you can be as creative as you want with this. I do ask that they're school appropriate because sometimes memes can get a little crazy, but this is still for school, so we do have to reel it in. But yeah, no, be as creative and funny as you'd like with your memes. If you are creating your own memes, it is your own meme. Any other questions before I start the demo video? Okay, I'm gonna begin. If it is giving us problems, will you guys let me know in the chat or somebody squeak up, whatever you gotta do? What did you say? Okay. I was just informed that if everybody shuts their camera off, that there shouldn't be issues with playback, or it helps with the playback. So we'll try that. But here we go, my friends. We'll begin. Can everybody
Today,
see?
we will make our own memes and we'll explore them in 3 different formats. Although I really do encourage you to explore other formats because they're really fun to make, like TikToks and photoshopping with stock images or photoshopping yourself into things. The first example we will be working with today is bootleg memes, and bootleg memes are essentially recreation of memes that already exist. As you can see, I have chosen the Kermit meme where he's sipping tea, and I'm going to draw him out. I just pulled up a picture on my computer of him, and I started sketching him out. And when I was done, I colored him in. You can use any meme that already exists to make a bootleg meme. And you can use any form of coloring utensils like crayons, markers, highlighters, pens, anything that suits your fancy, you can use to color it in. I just highly recommend using color, especially if you're making a bootleg meme. The next format that we'll be working with today is a parody of a famous piece. I picked The Scream, and then I chose to mix in a popular reference of SpongeBob. And then I started just sketching him out and adding him into The Scream as if he were the main focus from the original painting. In this example, I did not color it in on camera, but you, again, should still add color to all of your memes. Especially if you are recreating a famous piece, you should try and create your meme with the same style as the piece that you're recreating. I decided to add part of the original background with the bridge from The Scream, but then up the road from SpongeBob, I also decided to add the chum bucket and a big swarming crowd of customers because I thought it would be funny if there was a big crowd, and that was the reason that SpongeBob was screaming. Things like this are important to think about when you think about what to keep and what to add to your memes and your famous piece. The last format for memes to make today is to make your own, a DIY meme, if you will. You can use a picture of yourself or a friend, or you can come up with an image that's completely new. I took a picture of myself that I thought was kind of funny, and I began to sketch it out. Now, since my videos can only be so long for class, it is done quite quick, but you'll have more time in class to really put more detail into your work. But anyways, here I am just sketching myself out and really focusing on exaggerating the details for some humor. And then when I'm done, I'm going to add a funny little caption that I think describes the reaction that I'm making. And I'll add some details towards my picture, and I'll make sure to color that in again. I want to remind everybody that your meme doesn't have to have text. You can totally do something that is just really goofy and kind of surreal or abstract. Memes don't always have to make sense, but memes are always in reference to something. There is context to every meme. And be sure to be mindful of where your images are coming from and what happens with them when you upload them online. Are these memes something that you're going to post, or are you going to just share them with close friends and family? Are you okay with what happens to your meme after it's online for others to see? When you're done with your meme and you've colored it in, make sure that you take a picture and turn it into Canvas, or that you turn it in class. Feel free to go back through this video and rewatch any parts that you need or slow anything down. The goal is really to have fun and kind of poke humor at life and things that are there. Be a little punny. Just enjoy yourselves. From now, you know what to do. Go on, make your memes. Be great. Be meme machines. You're welcome to X out of this video, or you can watch me color it in, and I'll play a little music for you while you work. Enjoy.
And then you got like 30 seconds.